everybody, and welcome back to a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all your favorite TV series from yesteryear. Oh yeah. And then we discuss it over a glass of wine. And I'm your host with the most, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined here in these AVSP streets by my right-hand woe man, Kat Halstead, the TV watcher. Hello, how are you?
Hello, Patrick.
We're back again. We're back in the mix.
Back again.
Or Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
I just watched that the other day. It was on TV.
Is that the one with Lauryn Hill, or is that part one? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill's in...
That's the one with Lauryn Hill. There's only two. If there's more, then they're not canon.
Is there like a made-for-TV one without Whoopi Goldberg in it? It's somebody else?
Probably.
It's
with only like Kathy and Jimmy in it.
Oh yeah, right.
Tie it all together.
Yeah, she's like Kathy and Jimmy's on the run this time around.
Oh.
Tax evasion or something.
Those fun nuns.
The only crime that Kathy and Jimmy has committed is not blessing us on the screen, because I don't know where she's been. Where the fuck has she been, girl?
She was just on The Good Witch like a week and a half ago.
Well, you know I don't watch that.
So, I know you don't.
That's on Netflix? Is that a Netflix joint?
That's on home. Well, okay. You can find the past seasons on Netflix.
Who's our gal pal that's on that?
Catherine Bell.
That's it. All right. I know we've been.
But she's like, we're kind of sketchy. She's like a Scientologist, though.
So she's not the Good Witch.
But she's not like out here talking about it all the time. So that's the only reason she still has gal pal status.
Okay. She's like a sneaky gal pal status. She's
yeah, like I did. She's got sneaky gal pal status.
She's misting us. All of a sudden, she's just gonna snap one day. She's gonna fucking snap, and we're not gonna know what to do. And then there's gonna be this like recorded history of us talking about her in that Friends episode we did like a month ago. Oh, Please don't disappoint us, Cat Bell. Please don't. We want you to maintain that gal pal status. We don't want you to be. You know what, Leah Remini.
Don't end up like Lori Loughlin.
Leah Remini, get on the case, rescue her, pull her out. Maybe like tell her that you're doing a special like JAG episode of I don't know, your TV show, one of them. Because doesn't she have a new show? Doesn't Leah Remini have a new show out?
I don't think so.
I thought she had something new like in the mix.
I think she's just got the A&E series.
Are you sure? I thought she had something new.
Yeah.
I thought she was cooking up something new.
The only thing I'm getting in the newsfeed for her is Scientology stuff, like how she's doing.
Oh, well, you know what?
Scientology.
Maybe you should start a podcast, Leah Remini, and then have on like famous Scientology members, Scientologists.
They won't talk to her. They're not allowed to talk to her.
But hold on. It's not gonna be like the Leah Remini show. It'll be like a fake name. It'll be like the Eric Andre show, and they don't know what they're going on to. And then they go on there, and it's just Leah Remini like kidnapping you and taking you out of Scientology and saving you.
If only.
And, but it's not really a real podcast. It's her new documentary series called Saving Catherine Bell, coming soon to A&E.
Oh my goodness!
Wait, I'm looking forward to it. All right, enough of that because we know that ain't gonna happen. Well, shh. If it is, we can't talk about it because just in case Catherine Bell listens to this.
Okay.
She's on to us. she sends her lawyers after us and like, you guys can't talk about me anymore. unless you're promoting The Good Witch and my 1994 Friends appearance.
Anyways.
Where I played Train Hottie number 2. Oh, Bus Hottie number 2.
Oh my goodness, Patrick.
Sorry. You got, Patrick's been up for 15 hours, Patrick, today.
I'm going to be honest, you've got Kat is drinking instant coffee because she was out of coffee pods this morning.
Sanka? Is it Sanka?
It's not, it's like Nescafe.
Oh, lame. It's not a Dutch Brothers.
Mixed with hot chocolate, so it's not completely gross.
It's not a Dutch Brothers instant that you can get?
No.
Hot off the shelves?
I didn't feel like putting on, like, actual clothes to drive down to the Dutch Brothers.
You didn't want to just throw on, like, I don't know, your Kathy Ireland nightie and drive down to Dutch Brothers?
It hasn't come yet!
All right. When your Kathy Ireland nightie comes, your Catherine Ireland nightgown, I want a picture. On the very special podcast Instagram account. So all of our adoring fans can see the hot Kathy Ireland fashions.
Yeah.
We talked about a few episodes back.
I like totally forgot it was in my cart and hit like checkout.
Should we have like a Kathy Ireland fashion show?
It's just $190. It's like
I don't know.
pretty basic. You saw a picture of it.
Maybe we can get all our fans, all our Hut fans out there. They can all buy a Kathy Ireland nightie and just send us a picture of you wearing it, and we'll have like a Kathy Ireland nightie fashion show. So get ready for Kathy Ireland fashion show fall.
Oh my goodness.
Coming soon to a podcast near you.
I don't know what's going on.
Do you ever know what's going on? Let's be real.
No. Okay, where are we? What is happening?
Do you mean what are we doing today? What are we doing today?
What are we here for? What is the reason we're on this call talking to each other on this day in July?
On this blessed day, on this day in July that's going to air in, like, I don't know,
August.
Late September. Yeah, who the fuck knows? Anyway, hope you're enjoying Beach Month. I hope you enjoyed Beach Month, because that's what we're releasing right now.
Forget about Beach Month. We need to focus on the now.
Yeah, we need to focus on the now via 1993. We are, as you know us, we are horny for TV movies, made for TV movies, those Lifetime-esque movies.
Yeah, there was like, okay, it used to be back in the day, like you'd get these made for TV movies. You get them on a Sunday and a Monday.
Sometimes on a Tuesday.
Yeah, from the different networks. And now they don't do it. And it's stupid. I want them back.
Yeah, they kept all our famous stars of the 80s employed for like a whole other decade.
Yeah.
You know, it's ever like, hey, what's Ellie Sheedy up to? It's like, hey, she's doing a TV movie this week. You should check her out.
Yeah.
She's going to play a victim, making victim noises.
Oh, my God.
So today...
Oh, my God. That's a blast from the past right there. Oh, my God.
No shout out to Cody from BB19. We're not going to shout you out.
Oh, my God.
But shout out to your new baby. Congratulations. Congratulations to Maverick Nixon.
They did not.
They did. They most certainly did.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. And shout out to Jess's podcast that she has too. That I'm not gonna lie, I listen to it.
Really?
Yeah, she just talks reality stars of various reality shows.
So I have no interest in it.
Yeah. There's a lot of ads. I just want to throw it out there. It's like 90% ads. It's one of those ones.
You know what podcast I listen to that I actually really like?
Fame is a Bitch with AJ Benza.
Oh, I love Fame is a Bitch with AJ Benza. I love that one. But I also love Lauren Conrad's Asking for a Friend.
Oh, yeah. Fucking shout out to LC. We miss you. Wish you went back on the Hills, New Beginnings, whatever the fuck it's called. But
dude, she's got like an actual life and an actual business, and she doesn't need to be all Botoxed up like those other girls.
Yeah, she's got a store she's got to run. She's got to run a hot store. Oh, no, that's Kristin Cavallari. I'm sorry. I always mix them up.
Kristen's got the store. LC has like the whole lifestyle brand conglomerate going on.
Yeah, she fucking Gwyneth Paltrow wishes she could be LC.
For real.
She fucking wishes. Gwyneth, can we talk about real quickly how Gwyneth Paltrow is a fucking basket case? She doesn't even know what movie she's in anymore. She's like, oh, I was in Spider-Man? Oh, I'm part of the MCU, what?
She's like, she's like, huh? Yeah, she doesn't know. She's just like, she probably gets like 3 pages of script. That's it.
Oh, I'm sure she just thought Robert Downey Jr. just called her up one day and was like, hey, could you come? We just need you to film for like a day or two.
Yeah.
You're going to play this character named Pepper Potts. And she's like, yeah, okay, all right, I'm up for that. And I don't know, she films her scenes. She just stands in front of a green screen because she's acting with a fucking, I don't know, jolly green monster. she don't know what the fuck she's reacting to.
She doesn't know what she's wearing. She's just like, okay, we good? All right. I got to go back and write some article about whatever it is I write on Goop.
She don't fucking write articles. She has a fucking... She's like the Francine Pascal of that world. That's our Gwyneth Paltrow Goop Corner. If you're interested in it, go to goop.com and read fake articles or read articles by a fake Gwyneth Paltrow.
Just be shocked.
To find out how much avocado margaritas cost in, I don't know, Brooklyn, at a cool Brooklyn bar and grill.
Or you can find 5 new ways to wear gold jewelry.
What are they? No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. All right.
I don't know.
What are we doing today? What the fuck are we doing?
We decided to do a random TV movie we found on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, when we say random, we literally mean we just, like, randomly stumbled upon this.
Yeah, we knew we wanted to do a TV movie. We knew we wanted to go into that world again. It's been a while since we've dipped into this deep end of made-for-TV movies. And we went on YouTube. We found a playlist. I think I found a Lifetime movie playlist, and we just scrolled through it. There was a bunch of Shannon Doherty's. There was a few Tiffany Amber Thiessens. There was the Drew Barrymore, Amy Fisher movie. But hold on. Something caught our eyes.
Yes.
Something caught our attention. And it starred our number one, or one of our number one TV moms, let's be real. Joanna Kerns. Show me the reason. How does that sound? Show me the.
Oh my god, I don't know, because all I have in my head right now is just the 10 of Us theme song.
No, she's not on that show. She's on Girl in Pain. She plays Maggie Seaver.
I know, and that's what's like messing with my head.
Iconic mom who sits down with Tracy Gold's character Carol. They have like a real true to life mom and daughter conversation. Not these like manufactured TV things.
Yeah.
No, she speaks from the heart, girl. She speaks from the heart. But tonight she's going to play one of three wives. Yes, one of three wives to Beau Bridges, The Man with Three Wives. That's the name of the movie.
Yep.
And also in this movie is Pam Dawber playing one of the wives.
Yep.
And some random, I don't know, other lady.
Oh my god, I forgot her name, but she was definitely, I think she was very popular on the whole made-for-TV movie circuit.
Yeah, and you know what? She got the short end of the stick in this movie, too.
She did.
Because she played Beau Bridges' original wife. She probably got the least amount of airtime.
Yeah. And
hardly any character development with her. And she was like, I thought she was the lamest out of all the wives.
Yeah.
Let's be real. I was actually rooting for Beau Bridges to divorce her, but spoiler, it never happened. I think you should give us a quick summary of what The Man with Three Wives is about. Then we'll talk about this night of television.
Okay, so The Man with Three Wives is about a doctor who has three wives. He, has the original wife, and then he has an affair, but she wants a commitment. So that breaks up, and he ends up with another woman. Fake marries her, and then the other woman wants him back, so he fake marries her.
And he juggles them for years, and
yeah,
it's fun. It's fun and games. It's like, I don't know. And it's based on a true story. Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is. That's the craziest part. It's a rip from the headlines. And it's Kathleen Lloyd who played the first wife.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Kathleen Lloyd. Call us, tweet us at Very Podcast. Tell us what it was like working with Beau Bridges, brother of Jeff Bridges, son of Lloyd Bridges, star of Stargate, like the Stargate TV series that was on forever.
Star of The Millers.
And The Millers, not to be confused with We're the Millers with Jennifer Aniston, but the Will Arnett short-lived sitcom from like 2010 maybe-ish?
2013. Ish.
Post-Mayan apocalypse calendar. So, Beau Bridges, he plays Dr. Norman Grayson. So, before I watched this movie, I wanted to get a little background information on the real guy.
Yeah.
So I Googled his name. The only thing that came up was just interviews with Pam Dawber and a Variety article from around this time the movie came out. So I have a feeling that they changed his name.
Yes, his name is actually, it was like Norman Lewiston.
Oh, okay. So I couldn't find any, I wasn't looking for the right name, so I didn't find any information about Norman Lewiston, so.
He was like, innovative doctor and professor for heart and lungs for pediatrics.
Oh.
And
yeah, because he works at a children's hospital of Stanford in this TV movie. So did they change that up too? Did they change up the location?
They changed a couple locations, but like he was definitely like a Southern California. Dude. Northern California type person, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Californian. I think the only one who really had their location changed was Pam Dawber's character, Robin, wherever she went to live later on.
I thought they made a San Francisco reference, so I gathered that she lived there.
That's where Katie lived.
So Katie is Joanna Kerns, right?
Yeah.
Robin is Pam Dawber. Yeah. And then Lillian is Kathleen Lloyd.
Yep.
And then there's the fun Margaret, who I believe is Dr. Grayson's assistant, maybe? I don't really know.
She's somewhere, she's like a high administrator in the hospital.
Yeah, she's an important person, but underneath Dr. Grayson.
Yeah.
But I liked her. I don't know. She was kind of like onto Dr. Grayson's game, so it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. Like
She was kind of like, dude, what's going on?
she asked him flat out. He just kind of was like, that doesn't matter. I'm doing good work here. And she's like, all right, fine. And she kind of like backed out of that world.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck it. She's like, I'm not losing my job over this shit. I got bills to pay, girl. All right. Before we get into the world of the man with 3 wives, do you want to talk about this night of television? Do you want to paint the landscape?
Yes. What was on this night of television?
All right. So it's a Sunday night. It happened on a Sunday. It was March 28th,
Okay.
1993.
Okay.
It's we're in a Bill Clinton era. It's a brave new world. It's spring's coming. Spring's about to bloom. April Fool's Day is on its way.
Yeah.
Cheers is gearing up to be ending.
Okay.
We're going to be meeting Frasier on his own show soon in a few months. Just trying to create the landscape. But tonight, no, we don't have time for any of that tonight. We have a million of other things to talk about. So you want to start off with the alphabet, ABC?
Yeah, what was on ABC?
All right. Well, tonight at 7 o'clock, we get the funniest Power Hour, which is comprised of America's Funniest Home Videos and America's Funniest People. Saget Coulier Hour of Power, in which, I don't know, we see the jackalope maybe. Maybe we get to see the jackalope tonight.
You're never going to let me live that down, are you?
Oh, no. Call back to, I don't know, one of our first few episodes in which you thought a jackalope was like a real...
Shut up!
...creature. Maybe we saw somebody get hit in the nuts with a football or a pool stick, or someone like fall through a drywall wall. Who knows? Who knows what happened? Maybe a baby said a funny word.
Yeah, we get it. We get it.
So we all know that hour. We've talked about it a lot. ABC 8 o'clock. Whoa, you're a little feisty.
What was on at 8?
Day 1. Do you know what Day 1 is?
No.
All right, this is a television news magazine produced by ABC News. It was on for 2 years, from 93 to 95, and hosted by Forrest and Diane Sawyer.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of its stories, titled Smokescreen, was an important report on the cigarette industry's manipulation of nicotine during the manufacturing process. It won a George Polk Award, but Philip Morris also sued him.
Okay.
Yeah, so... I don't know, shout out to them. Well, not shout out to Philip Morris. Fuck you, Philip Morris, but shout out to...
Diane and Forrest.
Yeah, shout out to Diane and Forrest for leading the stampede against them. All right. So that's that show. You ready for ABC 9 o'clock?
Yeah, it was on at 9.
All right, we're going to the movies. You ready to go to the movies?
Okay.
Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. Or Star Trek 4. This is the one where, living in exile on the planet Vulcan, the ragtag former crew of the USS Enterprise steal a starship after receiving a planetary distress call from Earth that a spaceship probe has entered into orbit around Earth. It's disabled the global power on the planet and has evaporated the oceans. This is the Save the Whales one.
Oh, gosh.
I believe this is one of the lesser critical darling of all the Star Trek motion picks, so... Yeah, but shout out to the whales. Shout out to the whales. So, yeah, Captain Kirk and Spock, they have to go back in time to retrieve the now extinct humpback whales and bring them to the new world.
Wow.
Maybe we'll do it for Star Trek summer next year.
No.
It's all Star Trek.
No.
We'll get to go through the cast. We'll get to maybe hang out with Picard.
No.
The Chris Pine.
No.
You can see we can see him in underwear. You can see him in a box of briefs.
No.
Cat is pressed. All right. You ready for the Tiffany Network? Ready to see what's going on with CBS?
Yes, what was on the Tiffany Network?
Any guesses at 7 o'clock?
60 Minutes.
You got it right, finally. You finally got it right, girl.
Shut up.
It's only taken you like 100 Sundays.
Okay, to be fair, I'm like an hour behind in Mountain and Central Time throughout this whole time, so my brain is like 7 o'clock is not 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes is on at 6 here, so there.
Oh, yeah. I never thought of it that way.
Boom.
But you totally lived on the East Coast in 1993, so don't even try to...
Yeah, when I was like a teenager.
You mean you weren't watching...
I haven't been there for 20-something years.
You mean you weren't watching 60 Minutes when you were 12 years old?
No.
I was going to say what, but I'm just kidding. All right. You ready for CBS 8 o'clock? Any guesses? Any wild guesses?
Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, yeah. Tonight was a rerun, so I couldn't find data. Couldn't find data. All right. You ready for CBS 9 o'clock?
Yeah, it was on at 9 o'clock.
All right. The subject of tonight's podcast, The Man with Three Wives. See you in a few minutes. All right. I'm excited about Fox. I'm fucking super.
Okay, what was on Fox?
7 o'clock. Parker Lewis Can't Lose, but this was the last season, so it's just called Parker Lewis.
Ooh, Parker Lewis.
So this was the show that was strongly influenced by the feature film Ferris Bueller's Day Off. In competition, NBC debuted the film's TV spin-off Ferris Bueller the same year that the show started. But guess what? Guess what lasted longer?
Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
Oh, yeah. So it's about a teenager who apparently can't lose. He's cool, cute, popular, hip, and he seems to get away with anything. So, ooga. So shout out to the show. It's actually, it was on Crackle a few years ago, so I watched...
It's still on Crackle.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, we need to do it that would. Just gonna throw this out there, though. Crackle is kind of annoying.
Yeah, Crackle is not a user-friendly experience.
No. The video quality is really, really lesser...
Yeah.
Lesser than anything I've ever seen before. It's worse than like Daily Motion. Like watching a Daily Motion 1970s sitcom.
Yeah, for real.
You ready for Fox 730?
Yeah, it was on at 7:30.
Do you remember a show called Shaky Ground?
No.
All right, this is a show about a man named Bob Moody who struggles with his hectic family life and his job at an aerospace company. Want to take a hot guess? A hot guess who plays his daughter, who plays Bob Moody's daughter?
I can't even fathom who it could be right now.
All right. What are you waiting for? Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Okay.
So hold on. Want to hear something wild?
Yeah.
All right. In the series finale, so the show was only on for like 10 episodes, but in the last episode, Bob Moody circulated a petition to save the local school music program. Ultimately, Bob is tackled by Secret Service agents when he tried to get newly elected President Bill Clinton to sign the petition in a men's room.
Huh.
Woo, ooga. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you ready for Fox 8 o'clock?
Yeah, what was on at 8?
Do what you want to do in living color. Oh, yeah. Tonight's in living color. We know it. We sometimes love it. Gave us Jim Carrey and, I don't know, every single Wayne's family member.
Yeah, it's like the Wayans brothers.
Jamie Foxx, David Allen Greer, Tommy Davidson. Am I missing anybody?
I have no idea, in all honesty. I don't think I ever actually really watched In Living Color.
The star of the I Don't Know Her .gif, Jennifer Lopez.
That's not Jennifer Lopez in that gif.
Oh, I know it's Mariah Carey, but it's about her. It's about her.
Oh, okay. I was like, Steven's gonna murder you.
I know it's Mariah Carey, but it's about Jennifer Lopez. So it's like she's technically the star of it. She's like the reason for it.
I thought it was about Ariana Grande.
Oh no, it's about Jennifer Lopez because people always try to compare the two of them, and they asked her like what they thought of like Jennifer Lopez's new album or something, and Mariah Carey was like, I don't know her.
Oh, I thought because I think she said the same thing about Ariana Grande because they always try to compare Ariana to
which is a crime.
Mariah.
It's a fucking crime. The only Grande I recognize is the one you can get at Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly.
You ready for Fox 8:30?
What was on 8:30?
All right, remember Rock, starring Charles S. Dutton?
I have memories of the show. I never watched it. I just have memories of the commercials where it was live.
Yeah, I believe.
And we've talked about this before.
Yeah, we talked about it a bit. So he's a hardworking man who supports his family, his extended family. He's got all kinds of people living with him, and fun little show.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest with you. I remember it was very topical. It touched upon a lot of social issues around the time. Very, very Jeffersons and All in the Family-esque in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see if we can dig it up, see what it's all about.
It looks like it's a hard one to find, like, the episodes of.
I don't know. We'll find it.
It'd have to be, like, a major dive.
A deep dive. Go dumpster diving.
Deep
Deep
dive into the internet.
Charles S. Dutton. Send us some copies. Send us a DVD if you have one. All right. You ready for Fox 9 o'clock?
Yeah, it was on at 9.
We got another Power Hour. The Man with Children, Herman's Head Power Hour.
Wow. Woohoo.
Hot night of television. We started off with Al, then we head over to learn about hear Yearly Smith's voice inside Herman's head.
Yep.
All right, fun show. We just recently found it on YouTube, right?
Yes, we found it.
All right, maybe you'll see it coming soon. Maybe it'll be our anniversary show. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows?
Patrick keeps making up all these crazy, wild ideas, and he can't make it. And they're all getting disproved.
All right.
Shut down.
Guess what?
What?
Want to hear something wild?
Yeah, give me something wild.
There's another hour of Fox. Are you ready for another hour of Fox?
What?
Yeah, yeah, the 10 o'clock spot. I remember Sunday nights, Fox was trying to push an extra hour. So tonight at 10 o'clock, we got Flying Blind. Do you remember Flying Blind?
No, not at all.
This was a sitcom. It was on from 92-93 one season. It starred Corey Parker and Taya Leone. And the series revolves around awkward post-collegian Neil Barish, played by Corey Parker, who, by serendipity, meets Alicia, played by Taya Leone, and they begin a relationship. And the show explores, I don't know, their relationship, I guess. It's just kind of like a situational comedy, fun little show. I remember seeing commercials for it. I believe Thomas Hayden Church is in it, and he was like also on Wings at the exact same time.
Okay.
So Ooga. All right, we got one more half hour of Fox. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
All right, this was an American sketch comedy television series created by David Merkin that aired on the Fox network for a single season. It's featured ensemble cast hosted by comedian and former subject of the podcast, Julie Brown.
Okay.
Not downtown Julie Brown, but everybody around the homecoming queen's got a gun, Julie Brown. And hold on, you ready? You ready for the other cast members?
Who's on it?
All right, we just talked about it a little bit ago. Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
Also starred Wayne Knight and Alan Ruck. Yeah, they were on it. Ooh, gosh, shout out to them.
I have to find video of this.
I remember it being on, but...
just so that I can believe it existed.
I remember seeing commercials for it, but I never watched it just because it was on way too late for me to watch on a Sunday night back in 1993.
Yeah.
This kid had to get his beauty sleep. You ready to end the night on the Peacock?
Yeah.
All right, 7 o'clock, The Brokaw Report.
Okay.
Which I guess was a Tom Brokaw thing, and probably just him talking for an hour. Who knows? Who cares?
It was probably his own little magazine show.
Probably. That was all the rage back in the 90s. That was the thing.
Yep.
NBC 8 o'clock. Eyewitness Video. Do you remember Eyewitness Video?
No.
It was a quasi-reality-based TV show. It was just people sending in videos of wild things like robberies, fires, natural disasters, just crazy, like hard copy-esque type things, but on prime time.
Okay.
You want to go to the movies? You want to go to the movies again? You want to end the night at the movies?
Yeah, let's go to the movies again.
All right. Tonight. Hold on. I didn't write the name of the movie down.
Oh, Patrick.
I wrote down the description, but I never wrote down the name of the movie.
Wow, Patrick.
I was in a rush. I was putting this together real quick before we started. All right. Lethal Exposure.
Okay.
You ready for the summary of Lethal Exposure?
Yes, please.
All right. An aggressive photojournalist takes a pic of a murder at an airport. Thinking she has a hot scoop on a big story, she travels to France to track down more info, badgering a charming Parisian detective into helping her out. Together, they put the pieces together, solve the case, and guess what? They fall in love. Are you ready for the stars? Are you ready to hear who the stars are?
Yeah, give me the stars.
All right, our aggressive photojournalist is played by Ali Sheedy.
Okay.
And hold on. I don't know if he played the Parisian detective, but our boy toy, Howard Hesseman's in it.
Okay.
Who we know and love from WKRP, Head of the Class, and the OG One Day at a Time.
That's an interesting duo.
Dynamic duo. I already know what you're doing. I see you on your phone. All right. Let you have a minute to find it.
I'm just I just got to see if I can find a picture or something.
See what Howard Hesseman looked like in 1993 with Ali Sheedy, maybe?
I feel he should be too old for Ali Sheedy.
Maybe he plays the murderer. Who knows? Maybe he's the murderer.
Maybe. Yeah. I feel like that's more on it.
Yeah. He's in the shadows. He's like Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah.
Always getting away. Ali Sheedy's like, where in the world is the murderer? The airport murderer? And they're like, I don't know, but it looks like he just boarded a plane.
Yeah.
Looks like he just boarded another plane, and they hop on it. They get a ticket at the last minute. It's like that episode of Seinfeld where Jerry sits next to the model, and they're just George and Kramer just running around from airport to airport trying to pick up Jerry, and the guy's yelling at Ali Sheedy. He's like, you run like a girl. You got to lift your knees higher. You got to lift your knees higher.
Yeah. I think Howard Hesseman doesn't play the cop.
Okay.
Eric Gendron does.
Not even interested. Not even interested in knowing who that is.
I don't even, I don't think I'm getting, unless I'm just misreading this. But yeah. Anyways.
Who cares? We're not going to watch it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Forget lethal exposure. Forget lethal exposure. Are you ready to hear about, I don't know, the world's most charming man? Are you ready to get your panties charmed off at a French restaurant?
Oh my God.
All right, there's a line early in this movie in which Beau Bridges' character, Norman Grayson, is trying to woo Katie, played by Joanna Kerns. And he's like, I hope you like French cuisine because you're about to get your panties blown off. And she's like, spoiler alert, I'm not wearing any panties. And he's like, whoa.
Yeah, like, oh my God.
And she's wearing like a short, like, Ally McBeal-esque style skirt. So it was like, whoa, Sharon Stone, leg crossing scene, easy access.
Oh my God.
Beau Bridges had a fucking boner.
Dude. Oh, you need to sleep next time.
Hey, I'm not the one who didn't wear panties to a French fucking restaurant.
Okay, so the movie starts with, like, you get this, like, guy, he's got a nice little marriage going. Oh, actually, no, we get this guy waking up in the middle of the night having palpitations. And he's, like, freaking out.
Yeah, alright, so this movie starts off, I guess it's the end of the story, but then we jump to the middle of the story. It's really...
Yeah.
It's really weird. So, like, it took, like, 30 minutes for me to really get into this movie, for me to get into the characters, because I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. Mm-hmm. They jump around a lot between the characters.
Yeah, they jump a lot between, like, not really time, mostly not time. There's, like, a few little time jumps, because they cut in these scenes where he's, like, having, like, an anxiety, heart attack type thing going on.
Alright. Mm-hmm. I just want to point something out. I found the beginning of the movie was very tough. It was very hard to get into this world. We started in the middle of the story. There was a lot of information given at once. And then we were supposed to try to figure out what the fuck was going on. And then as things started to pull together, they were just really flippant with the character development. Mm-hmm. I was thinking, you know what? This story would make a great, maybe, like, 5-year-long television series on Netflix in which we got to experience, like, each individual year of this person's life and as he wooed each of these women.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, oh God. That's basically what Mad Men was. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God, this is like, I bet you this was like the inspiration for Mad Men. I bet you fucking Matt Weiner was probably just sitting down in 1993 watching this movie and he's like, oh, I would love to do something like this story about this guy who just like fools all these women into loving him. Meanwhile, he's like playing all these different angles. Mm-hmm. Because this guy is essentially like a Don Draper, but a doctor.
Okay, so like we start off seeing like the years of effect of everything he's been doing on himself, and then we cut to like this weird, creepy dream with the what I like to call the Slender Man bride.
Yeah, the faceless Franny.
Like, guys, it looks like what people describe Slender Man as, except in a wig and a wedding dress. So, I know where Slender Man came from now, so thank you.
Oh yeah, some teens in 2013 saw this movie. They found it on YouTube, and they were like, oh, you know what? Let's take this faceless bride and just turn it into like a weird creature that lives in the woods and makes you murder your friends.
Exactly.
I don't know what the fuck Slender Man. I don't even know what Slender Man is.
That's pretty much it. Like some creepy entity, supposedly, that was created for freaking just to scare people on the internet. It was just a stupid, scary story. And these stupid teenage girls in Wisconsin, like, thought he was real. And that they had to sacrifice somebody to appease him. Fucking teenagers.
Hashtag teens, go teens.
Okay. So, then we cut to, like, just, like, this nice little family scene, like, his kids. Okay, so his kids all look like they're about the same age. And then, like, you have, like, the two boys are, like, I would at best guess they're, like, 11, maybe 12, maybe. Like, these kids are, like, 10 to 12, and the mom's like, okay, guys, be home by 10.
I was trying to figure out how many kids he had, because it just seemed every time... Three, okay. It just seemed like every time he would go to his first, I called it the first family, like the real family. Yeah. First wife's family. It just seems like there's more kids every time that Beau Bridges' character went home.
Well, like, because they aged them up all of a sudden, like, I don't...
Oh. Well, yeah, because the movie did take place over 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so, alright, it makes sense now. Okay. I was just like, he has another fucking kid? I was like, how many kids does this fucking guy have?
3.
There's the original family. He's married to Lillian. He has 3 kids. Mm-hmm. And they're 11 family, but hold on. hold on, he's having an affair with a nurse that works at his hospital, played by Pam Dawber.
Yeah.
At first, I did not like her character. I was just like, ugh, like, she was kind of a wet noodle.
Well, I was like, you're having an affair with a married man. What do you expect, girl?
He told her. All right, so I'm trying to figure out what Dr. Grayson's charm is, because he's not classically handsome.
He's not.
He's a doctor, so he's smart, he's brilliant. He probably has some money, although
we'll get to that.
We'll learn that he runs into financial woes. Yeah, so I guess he's got that going for him. The status. You got the status of dating a doctor, or like sneaking around the doctor. It's very very Grey's Anatomy, ER-ish. That has that soap opera element to it. It's like, oh, I'm dating a doctor, but I can't really be official with him because he's married with kids. But he tells her that they're going to get divorced, and somehow brings her wherever he lives originally, somehow convinces her the two of them are going to move to San Francisco. Yeah. And because I guess he's accepted some research position at another hospital or something. I don't really know. Supposedly. Okay.
He's got this new job lined up, and he's like, it's the perfect time to divorce my wife, leave the kids, and start a new life with you.
She's a little hesitant.
And she fucking buys it.
Yeah. Well, she was a little hesitant at first, because she's like, are you sure you're ready to do this? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. And he buys a house. They buy a house together, a little red cottage in, I don't know, the hillside or something. I don't even know where it is. Yeah. Exactly. It looked very woodsy.
It's a very different, wherever it is they actually move to, it's very different from the rest of where the other wives live.
Yeah. So I figured, all right, the part that confused me is we don't really get the motive. We don't really find out the reason why he's doing this.
Yeah, we don't know why he can't be satisfied.
Yeah, we don't really get inside his mind. I feel like although we see his side of the story the entire movie, we're mostly seeing it from the female perspective, I think. We don't really get inside his mind, except for the scene at the I guess the bookend scenes where it's the future and he's having a panic attack. So it's it's a bit of a struggle. It's a bit of a struggle to try to figure out the motive. He moves to San Francisco-ish area, somewhere, I guess maybe a suburb, because he wants to two-time them, because I guess, I don't know, that's just the way it is, and he wants to be able to date them both.
Was it San Francisco where he moved with Paula? Because I thought he moved further away.
I don't really know. I'm going to throw it out there. I don't really know.
Okay. In all honesty, the way the movie made it seem is that they moved further away because he gets in that car accident when he's reading the letter from his son.
Oh, yeah.
And he, is in a wheelchair for a little while, and he doesn't immediately go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, that was the whole part that confused me. And did you just say Paula?
Yeah, that was her name, wasn't it?
No, it was Robin.
Pam Dawber's character?
No, she was Robin.
Oh, Robin. I don't know why I called her Paula.
I was like, is there a fourth woman that I don't know about?
Who knows? Okay, sorry. Robin.
I was like, is he banging the phone operator? The one that knew what was going on? The sneaky spice?
Yeah, sorry. That was just...
All right. Yeah, so...
Brain.
This is why I said the movie was a little confusing, because, as I said, we start off... The movie pretty much opens up at the point where he immediately begins having an affair with Robin, Pam Dawber's character, a.k.a. Paula.
Well, okay, it's not that he's been having an affair with her.
Yeah, but we're in the midst of it. And then they move to another town, wherever they move to. But he's still flying back and forth between Lillian and Robin. And then while he's with Robin, he gets into a bad car accident. Yeah. Because he's driving and reading a letter from his son at the same time. Yep. It kind of puts a halt to this whole charade, because now Robin's on to what's going on, that, I don't want to be with you anymore kind of thing, and it's over. It's over between them, and
Robin doesn't want to play games.
Okay, that's over. It's over. He goes back home. He's with his with Lillian. She doesn't know anything about it. She doesn't even know a thing about it.
Lillian just cares that, she doesn't have to work. She can do her little, charity things. raise the kids.
And
That's maybe go on a nice vacation every so often.
yeah, they go on little ski trips every winter. Mm-hmm. Dr. Grayson's back at home. He's back with his family. I guess he's going to make things right. However, he still kind of has this... He still kind of like stalks Robin from afar. He follows up on her.
Yeah, they still talk. He keeps track of her.
She has a child with another guy.
Well, because, like, eventually Robin, like, meets a new guy, gets married, has a kid.
And then they get divorced.
He's
keeping tabs on her. However, hold on. He's at work. And there's a, I'm not sure what she does at the hospital, but she's some kind of, like, PR person, I think.
Okay, so, like, from what, like, in the real world, I believe Katie owned, like, a secretarial company. So, like, a temp agency or something.
Okay.
So I think she was doing, like, staffing for the hospital.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out, because she was always there and she knew everybody, and she would always talk business with people, like, with Margaret, Dr. Grayson's assistant. And I was like,
yeah.
She's not a doctor, she's not a nurse. She's always wearing, like, Sigourney Weaver business blazers.
Power suits, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, what is she? They never come out explicitly and say what it is.
Because it doesn't matter what she is.
I know, but it infuriated me because she'd always be, like, talking about business, but they never specified exactly what she did.
Yeah.
Somehow he charms the hell out of her. She falls for him. She knows that he's married, and he somehow yet convinces her that he's going to get a divorce.
Okay, so he gets a divorce. And then they get married.
Yeah, the thing that infuriated me, though, is why couldn't he just be like, hey, why don't we just have an affair? Like, let's just fuck for a couple of years and call it quits. But he always has to go, like, he's extra as fuck for no reason. He has to go that extra mile. And
yeah, like, he has to go that extra, like, let's be together forever.
There's a scene at one point in the movie where he's doing his tax returns, and it says 1989. So this is at least got to be a few years before that. So I guess maybe it was easy to manipulate records, and you could technically get married 3 times, and no one would ever find out. It wasn't like there was this database. So
yeah,
they get married.
Apparently.
They have a whirlwind ceremony. She knows that he has kids, so she's dying to meet the kids. She's like, I really want to meet your kids.
Like, she is desperate to meet the kids, and he's like, they don't want to meet you.
And she finds it a little odd, but he seems to be friendly with his ex-wife because he always like, oh, I gotta talk to her for whatever reason. And she's like, okay, so she knows about her. Yeah. And they accidentally run into her at the mall. I guess she's doing like a book signing or something.
Yeah, like, okay, so Katie specifically drags his ass to the mall so that she can meet Lillian. And it is so awkward because she like wants Katie, in a normal situation, like what Katie is trying to do isn't that bad.
No.
Like, she wants to have like a healthy relationship with the ex and with the kids. Like an open dialogue, not this like, kind of thing.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be seen as the stepmom and the stepmom monster.
Yeah.
She doesn't want that Julia Roberts, Susan Sarandon, I fucking hate you relationship that they had in the stepmom movie.
Exactly.
And so they go to the mall. They go to this book signing, and it's a strange conversation. So
yeah,
Dr. Grayson just introduces Katie to Lillian, like, this is Katie. And she's like, oh, it's nice to meet you. And then he like immediately somehow drags Katie away.
Yeah, well, Katie invites Lillian to lunch, and Lillian's like, I can't leave the booth, I'm sorry.
It's so weird, though, because it's not like he comes over and is like, hey, this is my hospital liaison that works at the temp agency. Yeah. No, he just comes over like, this is Katie. And Lillian's like, that's weird. I don't know who Katie is. Why are you walking around this woman named Katie?
Yeah.
No, it never enters her mind. It's just the strangest conversation. It was strange.
Yeah, it was just weird.
And hold on. So this is the era of pagers. So Dr. Grayson, he'll be with Lillian, and all of a sudden his pager will go off, and he's like, oh, it's the hospital. And he'll just pick up the phone right in front of Lillian and call Katie and just be like, hi, dear. Yeah. Right in front of her.
No, it's not even hi, dear. It's never hi, dear. It's like, hey, what's going on?
Having these conversations with his second wife in front of his first wife and vice versa. Then, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, somehow Robin and and Dr. Grayson reconnect on an emotional level.
Okay, so this is like, so fucking Robin, this bitch. She and Norman, or whatever his name is, like, they still chit-chat every so often as she fucking believes that he has divorced Lillian, married Katie, and that he and Katie are having problems. So why don't he and she try again? And he divorces Katie, and she fucking believes it again.
And then now she has a 6-year-old daughter, and the daughter falls for Norman hard, like he's like a father figure to her.
Yeah.
So now, all right, I was trying to figure out like the live-in situation. So he now has 3 houses with the 3 of them.
Yes.
And I kind of gathered that Katie and Lillian's house was in the vicinity of the hospital he worked at.
Yes, they're in the same town.
Which is fucking ballsy as fuck. Like, ballsy as fuck.
Especially because I read the articles I could find on this.
Yeah.
Like, even though Lillian was legally, like, his wife, as far as the public was concerned, like, anytime there was a hospital event, as far as the hospital was concerned, Katie was his wife.
Yes, because Katie was always at the hospital.
So, okay, and, like, the thing is, like, Lillian in real life has, like, refused to, like, ever talk about it. She wouldn't sit down for any interviews about this, so...
Because she's probably embarrassed.
Like, I kind of want to know, like, what did Lillian know? What did Lillian actually know? Like, apparently they, like, in one of the articles I read, Lillian was cool with whatever he was doing as long as he slept in their bed at night. So that's why he would always leave Katie.
Do you think it was kind of a don't ask, don't tell kind of situation?
Yeah, kind of thing.
Where she knew that he was two-timing her, but, you know, I just don't want to know about it. Just don't.
I'm going to live in ignorance is bliss. You do whatever you got to do. We have kids. We're not getting divorced.
As long as you keep paying the bills, I'm satisfied.
And you got to sleep in this house every night.
Like, that would have been, at least they could have introduced that element to the mix. But, I mean, I guess it would have interfered with, like, the shock of a man unknowingly. I mean, a man with 3 wives with them not knowing about it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like a very missing element to the story.
Yeah.
The 2 of them live in the same town. Robin lives a flight away, like a short flight away. I'm guessing like an hour flight, maybe a 2-hour flight.
She just lives like not driving distance, but a flying distance.
And he somehow is constantly convincing Katie and Lillian, and then on the other end Robin, that he has to like flip-flop between these 2 job sites. I guess he works at both. I don't know. It's really. They don't explain it well.
I think he spends more of like his weekends. He would spend more weekends with Robin.
Okay.
It's like every other weekend he'd go up to Robin's.
All right, that makes sense.
Like, first of all, really, that's like you have a husband and you just want him. You're okay with him being there every other weekend. And that's like it.
I gather that he's showering her with money and gifts. That's
probably
that was my whole angle to this. It's like, you know what, he's an obviously wealthy man. He's able to pull this off. He's able to hold 3 homes, buy plane tickets all the time, go on vacations with everybody, every one of his families. Mm-hmm. So he obviously was a man of wealth.
Well, actually, we only saw him go on vacation with Lillian.
That is true, but But he
had to have gone somewhere with Katie. She would not have been happy if he didn't.
Yeah, because at one point he goes on like a ski trip with Lillian and the kids, and she says something like, we never go on vacation. He's like, oh, we'll go next weekend, and she's like, okay, deal, and that shuts her up. Yeah, it's very strange, and there's a lot of close calls. We get a lot of close calls, like I guess Robin finds Dr. Grayson's license, and it has his old address when he was still living with Katie.
No, it's like Lillian's address.
Is it? It's an older address, and he's like, oh, I keep it because it gets me like a discount somewhere, and she's like, okay, that's weird.
Like, ridiculously close calls, like...
And then there's, like, a checkbook.
And then, like, there's someone at the hospital, like, because they all call the hospital, and they have to go through the switchboard and be like, hi, this is Dr. Grayson's wife.
Can I speak with him? And, yeah, there's the main operator tells another one of the ladies at the hospital, and she gets all nosy, and she approaches Dr. Grayson about it, and he immediately, like, shuts it down, and he gets in her face about it.
Yeah.
He's like, she's just jealous. She's just jealous that, she's just a lame operator. She makes like $10 an hour.
$10 an hour would have been banked back then.
All right, she makes $5 an hour. Her life's in shambles. She thinks she's hot, but she's not. She can barely afford that power suit that she wears. And the woman that she tells is like, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, you know what? She's just a jealous bitch. And there's even a scene, like a few scenes later, where Dr. Grayson bumps into the operator, and she kind of like scowls at him.
Yeah.
And he says something back to her, and she runs off in disgust. And it was like, whoa, Dr. Grayson.
Yeah, she's like, there's something not right here. She tells Margaret, like, something isn't right here. There's 3 women calling, saying they're Mrs. Grayson.
And
don't you think that's a little weird?
And then somehow Margaret comes across like a wedding invitation of
Well, because Robin used to work at that hospital.
That's right. Okay. It was like in someone's office or something. It was Robin and Dr. Grayson's wedding invitation, and Margaret's like, what's this all about? And he's like, you know, Robin, she's delusional.
She's delusional. She's a little crazy. She's obsessed with me. She made these fake wedding invitations, and Margaret was like, okay, but she knew. Girl knew. Yeah, she kind of had a feeling something wasn't right, but she was going to keep her mouth shut. Yeah, I love Margaret. You know what? I want like a Margaret spinoff in which we just get to see like office detective work by Margaret, where she's like snooping on the employees and like solving workplace mysteries. Oh my god! You get someone that's like who stole like Jenny's soup from the fridge, and she's on the case and she figures it out in the hour. Like a Murder, She Wrote type mystery, but with Margaret. Margaret, She Wrote. Margaret, She Wrote. I want that show. I want that to be a show. I don't think that's going to happen, honey. No, but I wanted to. I would love it. Call us. Oh, hold on. Before I go any further, do you want to know who produced this movie? Yes, please tell me who produced this movie. All right. A man that you know very well by the name of Arnold Shapiro. How do you know that name? He was the original producer of Big Brother US. Oh, yeah. Where Grodner destroyed the show. Which leads to my next point. I thought that Dr. Grayson had very Dr. Will Kirby vibes, where he could convince anybody to do anything. Okay, yeah, I can see that. So do you think that Arnold Shapiro, he produced this movie, and then years later, while he was producing Big Brother Season 2, he met this young man by the name of Dr. Will Kirby, and he's like, you remind me of a Beau Bridges character that I on a movie I worked on 10 years ago. He was like, Robin Cass, get me that man. We don't dare speak her name. I'm done with her. All right. That was my Big Brother corner. Okay. All right, where are we in the story? Margaret's on to Dr. Grayson. Margaret's on to him. Katie, every once in a while gets kind of suspicious that something's not right. She finally meets one of the boys in, random. Yeah. Oh, it's tax season. It's tax season, right. And, all right, this is a funny scene. So it's Dr. Grayson's sitting down in his office, and he has, you see 3 tax returns. And it's, his name on the top, and then you see the wife's names underneath. Yeah. And then he just pulls out a thing of whiteout and he just whiteouts the names, which I thought was fucking hilarious. I don't know why, but I just thought that was ridiculous. Oh my god. And while he's doing that, Katie walks into the room. Katie comes in and she kind of glances down at what he's doing, and she starts to get a little nosy, and then he pulls all the papers away, and he's like, you can't look at this. And she's like, why? What's going on? And he's like, nothing. It's private stuff. And she's like, okay. I'm just trying to figure it all out. And then they go and have lunch in the cafeteria, and that's when Dr. Grayson's son comes along. Yeah. And he shows up. He's like, hey, Dad. He's like, Mom found this envelope of, I don't know, old checks that, that you need to finish the taxes. And Katie's like, oh, wait a second, did you just call him Dad? Yeah. And Dr. Grayson's like, oh, yeah. This is my son. Yeah, hey, son. Yeah, this is Katie. Not this is your stepmom. No, this is Katie. I love how you just introduced Katie as if these people are supposed to know who she is. And they're like, oh, okay. Okay, Dad. And then Katie is so excited. She's fucking over the moon that she got to meet one of Dr. Grayson's kids. Yeah. And, she's like, oh, and she's like, you should join us for lunch. And
He's like, oh, I can't. He's like, I gotta get back home.
He's like, and I'm not eating hospital food willingly.
Yeah, and she's like, well, maybe one of these other days we can catch up. And he's like, yeah, sure, strange lady.
He's like, okay, weird lady.
And he runs off, and she's like, wow, that's amazing. I'm glad to know that, now we have this bridge. Like, maybe this is finally me getting through to your kids. And Norm's like, yeah, maybe, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Totally. This is like just the baby steps.
Then Katie kind of gets like the face. And she's like, wait a second. Are you still doing Lillian's taxes?
Like, okay, I don't know why she's like that surprised by this, because I feel like, one, I don't think that like all the kids are over 18 yet. So there's probably like, if he were divorced, there's probably like child support and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe like if they're in college and he's helping to pay for college, there's like stuff like that. And like, it's the late 80s at this point, so she probably has never done her own taxes. It's not like today where you can go to turbotax.com or whatever and do it yourself.
Yeah. So, she does question it, though. She brings it up, and he's like, oh, Lillian, her life's a mess. She's crazy. She can't handle her finances. And Katie just shrugs it off, and...
Yeah. Like, I just felt like that was, like, a weird thing for her to be surprised about. Maybe that's just... But...
We start to see the cracks in Robin, though. Robin starts piecing things together because we have a lot of the pages are now going off a little more frequently. Or is it Christmas Eve or it's Christmas night or something?
Yeah, it's like Christmas is a freaking disaster, man.
Yeah, this is where the scenes really come undone.
Like, he's supposed to be, like, he had made plans to be home with Katie on Christmas Eve, and they were going to have friends over. But he's with Robin and her kid. Like, making sure the kid still believes in Santa, and...
Yeah, he's climbing up the fence, and he's going on the roof, and going, whoa, ho, 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 and jingling a bell, and...
About to have, like, a Tim Allen and Santa Claus moment, my God.
Yeah, he falls off the ladder, and it's funny. He falls in, like, a pile of snow. So then, then Robin and Norm are, like, snuggling. They're all cuddling. And then he says, oh, I gotta go.
It's terrible that I gotta go now. And she's like, why? He's like, I had 2 patients who coded last night.
I gotta go do the paperwork. And she's like, all right, that's a little weird. It's Christmas Day.
And he said, like, he kind of guilted her, though, with the whole, they should have had a last Christmas, too, or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anytime someone starts to question like why he keeps running off, he brings up a patient and that one of his patients had passed away, and it really makes him feel like shit because we get the same thing with same thing happens with Katie too, because she questions why he keeps going out in the middle of the night, and he's talking about this young girl who has cancer or something that he goes and visits,
cystic fibrosis or something.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so he leaves at like 2 a.m. one night. And she gets a little suspicious, and she actually goes to the hospital. And they played it very dramatically, like where you thought that she would walk in the hospital and like no one would be there.
Yeah.
But she walks into like where he usually works, and he's like holding the hand of this young girl who's only has like a few months left to live.
Yeah.
And she goes up, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, I doubted you. I'm so sorry. I'll never doubt you again." And he's like, "See, I told you, bitch."
And there's this cheesy line. She's like, "I knew you were sleeping with another girl."
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I just didn't think it was like, it was like, oh, that's kind of like really icky, girl.
All right, but back to Christmas anyway, though.
Yeah. So he like has to leave Robin and the kid on Christmas morning to fly back, and then he goes to Katie, who's like pissed. She's like, it's the afternoon, it's not morning.
Yeah, oh yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, it's Christmas Day. The planes were delayed. There was a storm busting through or something.
Yeah, like he's got excuses, and then like he leaves Katie. Katie's like, "Oh, I got these for your kids." He rips off the tags.
Yeah.
And gives to the kids from himself.
Oh yeah, it's great.
When he goes home, and Lillian's like, "Okay, we've been holding dinner," and he's had to eat like these meals with all 3 of these women.
It's pretty wild. So, I can't remember how does so something happens financially. Is it like collection calls or something start?
Yeah, like Katie's getting like collection calls for something because he was using what they should have been using for their mortgage payment to pay off something for Lillian, supposedly.
Yeah, and somehow
it's like,
how does Robin somehow Robin figures some things out and they start going to therapy?
Okay, no, so Robin shows the fuck up.
That's it.
Robin just shows up. And she's like, what's going on? She's like, maybe we need therapy or something.
Because...
And they go to a therapist, and, like, in the middle of the therapy session, his pager goes off. He's like, I gotta go take this. And Robin's like, I don't know what's going on. And the therapist basically, without actually saying it, says, hire a fucking PI.
Yeah, well, the whole thing, Norman's thing is that another tactic that he uses is anytime that Robin starts questioning him, he starts convincing her that she's delusional and that she's making things up. And that, she just imagined that she saw a checkbook, that she saw a driver's license with his old address on it, a checkbook with another person's name on it, with Katie's name on it or something.
Oh, yeah, like, they were like, he moved funds around from the wrong accounts or something.
Yeah, so she's on to him in a way, and every time she gets one step ahead of him, he knocks her back like 4 steps by, telling her that she's delusional. I'm guessing that maybe she had some mental problems in the past that he's bringing up.
Maybe.
Yeah, they go to therapy, and his pager goes off in the middle of the therapist, as you said. He's like, I gotta go, and he's like really going to hang out with Katie or Lillian or one of them. I don't remember which one it is.
It's definitely not a patient. It's like never actually a patient, I swear.
Yeah, so the therapist, without saying it, somehow like nudges Robin to see a private investigator.
And it brings me to my favorite line in this whole movie.
Is it about the internet?
Yes, the invent of computers.
Yeah, so, all right, yeah. So
much easier.
Yeah, so there's a scene, and Robin walks into, like, the PI's office, and he's just like, oh, like, we have this new thing called computers, and he's like, I can do, like, a year's worth of work in, like, 10 minutes. And he's like, then this is what I found. Your husband, Dr. Norman Grayson, has never filed for divorce.
Yeah.
Never. And he's filed 3 separate tax returns, and he owns 3 homes, and he's got and 3 bank accounts, and she's like, all right, I'm going to go to him. So she goes to him, and she, flat out tells him that it's over.
Yep.
And he's like, are you going to tell the others? And she's like, no, that's your fucking job. Like,
yeah. No, because she gets an annulment. She's gone to her lawyer. She's got an annulment and a restraining order against him.
Yes, that is true. All right. And then he's worried that now she's going to undo the seams of the other 2 relationships. So she's like, no, yeah. That's up to you. I don't care. I'm done. I'm cutting my ties. I'm out of your life. My daughter's out of your life. Like, lose my number, bitch.
We're just done.
She hops in the car. It's probably a convertible, and her hair's blowing in the wind. Playing I don't know, maybe a Sheryl Crow song or something as she's driving off.
Not even, because Sheryl Crow wasn't even like a thing yet.
All right, maybe I'm Every Woman by Whitney Houston.
Yeah, no, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's not much longer before everything takes its toll on him.
He's living, I guess it's never really stressed him out before. Like, he's been cool, calm, and collective, but now
yeah, like
he's slipping, he's starting to fuck up, and, he's making mistakes.
Yeah.
He's waking up in the middle of the night, he can't sleep, he can't breathe, he's having nightmares, he's dreaming about Slender Wife.
Yeah, Slender Wife.
And
hashtag Slender Wife.
Has a heart attack. Yeah, he has a heart attack.
Yeah.
And he's in Katie's house.
He's with Lillian.
Oh, he's with Lillian. That's right. He's with Lillian.
Yeah.
And he goes to the hospital. All their kids go to the hospital. The doctors try to revive him. They can't. The doctor that's, seeing the code comes out, and he's like, someone get his wife.
And Lillian's like, excuse me, bitch, I'm right here.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, all right. That's weird. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Katie shows up, and she's like, this is not happening. Like, this is a joke. You're joking with me. The other doctor guy, I don't know his name.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, this is real. He's dead. Like, he died on the table. He's dead. And his wife's here, his actual wife. Like,
and he's like, he is dead, but it gets worse. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, he was with Lillian. And they were still married.
It's the first time that Lillian and Katie are in the scene together, but we don't see any dialogue between the two of them, which is just very, very strange.
Yeah.
Katie wants to go see the body. So I guess, she walks in, she sees that it's real. And then she's like, all right, so now what happens? And then the other doctor's like, well, I mean, technically your marriage is illegal, so Lillian, holds all the rights. He's going to have the body cremated.
Yeah, Lillian's going to have him cremated. And then, like, some hospital administrators like, yeah, so, don't come to the memorial service.
I guess Lillian's suing Katie. Lillian's suing Katie. I don't...
Yeah. Yeah, Lillian sues, like, I think Lillian ended up suing both of them.
I believe so, yes.
To get, like, whatever was Norman's.
As a result, Katie loses her house. Katie loses her business. Katie's lost everything. She does go to the memorial, though.
Yeah.
There's a scene or something at the very, like...
I think Lillian and the kids actually skipped it.
Yeah, because I didn't see them.
Because they took the ashes and did, like, a private thing at the family farm, because what?
Yeah, that's right. There's a family farm, too. So, yeah, but there's
apparently a family farm.
Yeah, there's a really, like, interesting scene, though. It's Katie's last scene in the movie where, I don't know, one of the other hospital workers is like, I can't believe that, Dr. Grayson got away with this all these years. And this is my favorite line, like my second favorite line in the movie, where Katie's like, he didn't get away with it. It killed him.
Yep.
That's it. She closes that chapter and she moves on. Then we get a scene with Robin, and she's with her kid, and she's talking to it's like a young girl. She's like 6 or 7 years old at this point. Yeah. She don't know what's going on, and she's like, all right, over the next couple of days, you're gonna hear like a lot of horrible things about your stepdad, but just remember that time when you got in trouble at school and you lied to me about it. You didn't stop loving me. So that's what your stepdaddy did. So
yeah,
just know that he loved you, and she protects her from it, and it's kind of great. Mm-hmm. Then we get that scene of Lillian and the kids on the farm, and the ashes are blown, and scene. It's the end of the movie.
Yep.
Wild. We talked about the Margaret spinoff. I want the Margaret spinoff where it's Margaret, she wrote what she's solving crimes in the hospital.
Okay.
But do you know what I also want?
What?
I want like a 10 years later. It's like the early 2000s. It's a reunion. It's Joanna Kerns' character, Pam Dawber's character, and Lillian Knight. Is that her name, you said?
Kathleen Lloyd.
Oh, Kathleen Lloyd. Kathleen Lloyd's character. I want the 3 wives. And it's like the First Wives Club, kind of, where they all get like a little house together, and I don't know, Golden Girls style. Yeah. Situational comedy of the three wives living together with Norm's money and just saying fuck him and living it up in I don't know. I just picture they're like in their living room or in the foyer. There's like a very like a portrait of Dr. Norman Grayson, and they just draw devil horns on his head. And like an eye patch over his eye and like a fake mustache, and
oh my god,
I don't know. I want that.
Okay, do you want to hear? Look, can I read you my favorite IMDb review about this movie?
Oh, please do. Please do.
Okay. Portrayal of Robin. Pam Dawber portrayed Robin, the bigamist doctor's third wife, as a rather nice, sympathetic character she was directed to portray. However, in my family, we did not perceive the real Robin as the character in the made-for-TV movie appeared. A cousin of mine was Robin's first husband and father of her daughter, Joanna. One day, she abruptly asked him for a divorce so she could marry this doctor, and she took no alimony or community property from my cousin, although he did pay child support. When the news story came out about the bigamist doctor dying of a heart attack and Robin never being legally married to the man, my family had the last laugh. Sad indeed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The real life version of this is just wilder than the actual movie. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Okay, I could you know what? If Netflix wanted to do like a little one season
miniseries,
little series of this, they could really flesh out a few things.
Oh, that'd be great. I would love it. I would love you would get they would rotate episodes to flip the wives, so you would get you get a Lillian episode one week, and then it would be a Robin one, and then a Katie one, and vice versa. And then every now and then you would get the 2 of them, and he's it's a Three's Company scenario where he's juggling the 2 of them. It'd be great. I would love it.
Or some just a little bit, maybe more than just a little more to dive into how he was actually balancing all of this.
How manipulative he was. Yeah, because they don't really touch on it. We kind of get the sense that he had this power over the women, but we only hear about it in passing, and we see little nuggets of it, little bits and pieces. But it mostly starts to come in at the end of the movie, in the last act, the last 30 minutes. We really start to see how evil he was and the damage he was doing to the women. Mm-hmm. But in the first half of it, you see how lovey-dovey he was with them, and it's a whirlwind affair.
Yeah.
So I would love just to get more into the minds of the characters.
Yeah.
Maybe see their voices. Maybe have voiceovers or private journals or something.
Something.
Yeah, something a little more in depth. But I mean, we're so far from the story from this movie that I don't know. It's probably forgotten. It's long forgotten. However, maybe our podcast will revive it.
Call us Netflix.
Yeah, call us Netflix. Maybe we can get a big name to produce it. Maybe we can get I don't know, maybe Meryl Streep production company, Reese Witherspoon. They just did Big Little Lies. They're hot off Big Little Lies. Maybe they're looking for a new project, a little new PJ to get things going.
We're ready. We're ready for it.
Patrick M. Dunn and Kat Halstead, executive producers. The Man with Three Wives.
Yep.
Season 1. Looking forward. Can't wait. Coming in 2022. It's the same year as the next Avatar movie.
Who cares about Avatar?
I know. We're the new Avatar.
We're cooler than Avatar.
On a scale of 1 out of 5 Margaret She Wrote workplace mysteries, how many Margaret She Wrote workplace mysteries would you give this movie?
I want to give it a 3 because I feel like it could have been done better. But at the same time, it feels just like your average 90s made-for-TV movie. It's not like there's nothing too stellar about it.
Yeah, it's a very low 3 for me. It's a very low 3 for me, like almost a 2.
Like it's not it's like
a 2.9.
The cast saves it. The cast saves it.
All right. The cast definitely saves this movie. I think they did great with the material. There's a lot of jumps. The scenes are short. You get they're 2 to 3 minutes at a time. Well, probably because you can see where they go to commercial break.
Yeah.
If you watch it on YouTube, it's
yeah,
blaringly obvious.
Oh yeah, totally, very obvious.
As soon as they start to really flesh out into this world and they jump the scene and it changes and it's something else, it almost seems like it was a longer movie, but they cut out a lot because they make reference to things that...
I bet they probably did.
Yeah, they make reference to things that had happened, but that we didn't see. Mm-hmm. But I guess you needed it for exposition purposes. You had to, you had to know. Because all of a sudden, Robin's character is delusional and, is imagining things. It's just this thing that they just all of a sudden throw at us.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's wild to me. And they kind of do it with Katie, too. And I don't know. It's very strange. And then, as you said, there's that whole thing of Lillian, how, she kind of knew about affairs, but she never said anything. That's never brought up in this movie.
That's never brought up in this, yeah. In some of the articles I read, they just talked about how, he would spend his weekends with Robin, every other weekend. And then he would spend, part of the night with Katie, and then he would leave and go back to bed to Lillian.
Yeah, so you never really got a sense of that in this movie. You didn't really get how...
okay, if my husband was getting his ass out of bed every night, I'd be suspicious as fuck.
Yeah. Would you follow him around? Anywhere you go, I will follow you down. Do you think the Gin Blossoms...
I'd be right behind him.
Do you think the Gin Blossoms were inspired by that song Follow You Down by watching this movie?
No.
All right. I'm excited about next week. I don't know about you.
What is next week?
Oh, God, Carol said, you have one thing to do.
I have one thing to do, and I don't have it open. Sorry.
Your life is bullet journals and notes and planners and videos about this stuff.
Fudge is that list.
But yet...
There it is.
But yes, you never seem to have this information.
Oh, okay. Yes, I remember now.
We're going back to the show. It's been a while. It's been a hot-ass minute. But we've talked about it. Oh, girl, we've talked about this oodles of times. So we're going back.
Yes, we have.
To the world, Cabot Cove, Maine. However, this episode doesn't actually take place in Cabot Cove. This actually takes place, I believe, in Hollywood. I believe it's a Hollywood-themed episode.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Murder, She Wrote, Season 1, Episode 5, Hooray for Homicide. And this is an episode in which Jessica Fletcher is actually pinned as the culprit in one of her crimes, which is the thing, we're convinced that she's the murderess.
I mean, she's around so many murderers, and she's just always there.
Yeah, she's just up to no good. When she's not murdering, she's busy in the dungeon as a dominatrix, just spanking men, so...
God!
We're gonna get into that world next week. And do you think our friend Sheila will make an appearance?
Oh, I don't think so.
I know, I wish she would.
Sheila was a one-episode wonder, and we covered her episode already.
I know. Go back and listen to our Murder, She Wrote episode in which Jessica gets invited to a wedding, and she gets to hang out with this girl named Sheila, who is like our favorite character ever.
Oh, yes. Sheila was amazing.
Top 5 fictional characters, she's like the top 3rd.
Yes. Okay, so there's one more thing we were talking about with this movie, and we were like trying to figure out like the character of Norman was supposed to be like attractive or just charming or what.
Oh yeah.
And then like you asked me if Beau Bridges was like hot for 1993.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm guessing he was probably in his 40s.
Maybe, I guess. I don't know.
I really don't know. I mean, he's older than Jeff.
That is not what I was typing, phone.
Are you looking this up? Are you looking up the the Beau Bridge age? I'm gonna say he's like 42.
He was 52.
Whoa! I mean, he did look good
in 1993.
He did look good for his age. He's not classically handsome, but I mean, I guess I could see his appeal.
But so yeah, we were always kind of like, I don't know, because I feel like that's kind of a weird period of time, like, of attractiveness. Like, okay, do you want to know who the sexiest man alive in 1993 was?
Oh, yeah, who?
Okay, so it wasn't even the sexiest man alive, it was the sexiest couple alive. Richard Gere and Cindy Crawford.
Whoa!
And just so, like, we have, like, a period of time, 1992 sexiest man alive was Nick Nolte.
There was a time when Nick Nolte was the sexiest man alive?
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
And 1995...
George Clooney?
Because apparently there was no one in 1994. 1995 was Brad Pitt.
Oh. What year was George Clooney?
George Clooney was 97, I think. Hold on. Yes, 97 and... Hold on. Because he did it again. He got it again in the 2000s.
Yeah, it was like probably like Ocean's 11-ish time, I'm guessing. Or one of them, Ocean's 17 or whatever the fuck it is. All right.
Yeah.
Before we go.
No.
Are you ready? For the man with 3 wives, fuck, marry, kill?
No.
We're doing it.
George Clooney was also the sexiest man alive in 2006, so.
All right. Okay. All right. Kathleen Lloyd, Joanna Kerns, or Pam Dawber, fuck, marry, kill?
I hate you. I'm not doing this.
Come on.
No.
Just do it.
No.
It's a golden opportunity.
No.
All right. Well,
You do it.
I'm gonna do mine. All right. We're definitely gonna fucking kill Kathleen Lloyd. She's not even an entity. Goodbye. Out of here. We're gonna throw your ashes at the farm, at the fucking Grayson farm, wherever the fuck that is. I think I would fuck Pam Dawber and marry Joanna Kerns. You have to marry Joanna Kerns.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I gotta tell you this.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so speaking of Pam Dawber, her husband, Mark Harmon, was the sexiest man alive in 1986.
Whoa. Is she still married to Mark Harmon?
Yeah, they're still married.
I feel like we've talked about this, haven't we? Because I think
like recently, like for some reason, like we ended up on like some weird Mark Harmon, Pam Dawber rant or tangent recently.
Well, because I think I had asked like what Pam Dawber has been up to or something. Like, well, she's married to Mark Harmon, and I was like, no, really? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Pam Dawber doesn't act anymore. She's like out of that world, right? She hasn't really.
Well, I think like
She was on that
like she's picky about what role she picks.
She did that. She did that Robin Williams sitcom with Sarah Michelle Gellar. She did like one episode of that.
Yeah.
But I want to say that might have been her last acting role.
She was on an episode of The New Odd Couple back in 2006.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like she's picky. She doesn't do stuff just to work.
She wants to have a connection.
You
yeah, because
know?
I did read an article, an interview with Pam Dawber around. It was probably like the week this movie aired, and they were asking her like what drew her to the role, and she says she likes to do certain roles. Like she won't do anything that has excessive violence or excessive sexual situations. She wants to do quote unquote like family friendly fare, but if like the right role comes along that is like an adult series, she'll take it. And I mean, this isn't like family friendly fare. Let's be real.
She's been like doing like She was the narrator of Clearwater, Detroit's River Revival
Okay.
in 2018.
All right.
So she's been doing some stuff, but not like. I think she and Mark also have like a deal where only one of them will have like a major role at a time.
Yeah, like they probably want to like be there for each other. Like someone's gonna take care of the dog, kind of thing.
They have kids.
Yeah. Do they like?
But those kids have to.
Yeah, the kids are gonna be older, but like they're gonna be like adults by now, I would think.
By now. Yeah.
Maybe the kids are busy. Maybe the kids are busy, and she takes care of the grandkids and the puppies and kittens.
Maybe.
Maybe she lives on a farm and she tends to the animals.
But yeah, can we like talk about like okay, so the first Sexiest Man Alive was Mel Gibson in 1985.
Okay, Mad Max era, I'm guessing. Or
then it's Mark Harmon.
Weapon times.
And then it is Harry Hamlin.
Okay, L.A. Law just came out.
And then John F. Kennedy Jr. in 1988.
All right, President's son. All of a sudden he's handsome and America's taken by storm.
Sean Connery in 1989.
All right, that's a wild card.
Tom Cruise in 1990.
Days of Thunder? Question mark?
Yeah, I don't know. And then Patrick Swayze in 1991.
Oh yeah, Ghost. He was doing the Unchained Melody thing with Demi Moore.
And I want to point out on the Patrick Swayze cover, there's also like a picture of Luke Perry.
Oh.
Luke Mania, Mall Madness in Florida.
Oh. Ooga.
And then we get Nick Nolte.
Did they like someone throw that in as a joke, and then like everyone in the office like joke voted for Nick Nolte?
And it's like the like lamest picture too, like compared to everybody else. It's just like looks like it was taken in his backyard at a barbecue.
Like they couldn't get like a glamour shot of him, like an actual like photographer came in.
No, it's like, oh my god, I will send you this picture.
I don't even.
It is hilarious. And then, you go to Richard Gere and Cindy Crawford, and then Brad Pitt, Denzel, George Clooney, Harrison Ford.
Air Force One, probably.
Richard Gere.
Oh.
Brad Pitt again.
No.
Pierce Brosnan. Ben Affleck. Johnny Depp. Jude Law. Matthew McConaughey. George Clooney again. Matt Damon.
All right.
Hugh Jackman. Johnny Depp again, which in a very, very Photoshop
We got
picture.
on this.
Yeah. Like, it's just an interesting, like, flow of what is sexy.
Whatever floats your boat, girl. Whatever floats your boat. All right, where can you follow our wild adventures? Where can you follow us and love us and send us fan mail?
You can follow us on Twitter at VeryPodcast. You can find us at averyspecialpodcast.com, saltyrockmedia.com. You can find us on Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept invitations. Find us on YouTube, iTunes, and Podcoin.
Whoa, did you just say Podcoin?
I did just say Podcoin.
What is Podcoin? Let me tell you all about it, girl. Let me tell you all about it. So Podcoin is this hot new app in which you can earn cash. Yes, you can earn cash to listen to all your favorite podcasts, including us. What you do is you download the app. Just download the Podcoin app off Google Play or the App Store. Sign up using code VERYSPECIAL, and you will earn 300 Podcoins right off the bat. And you can use them to redeem hot items like Amazon gift cards, Starbucks cards, Dunkin' Donuts gift cards, or you can even donate to charity. You can feed some animals. You can fight hunger. Oh, all the things you can do. So download the app today. And as always, Kat Hall said the author, as always,
bye.
Watch the skies for the plane that Beau Bridges is flying in to get back to Joanna Kerns. See ya.
Oh my God.
Smell you later.
Oh my goodness, Patrick.